Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Atlanta Falcon Nation, what it do? It's your boys, the heavy hitters, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. I'm gonna start off. Well, don't worry about my phone, but we're gonna start off on my right side. We got the mad scientist, Mad Mr. Mad Mike Sports. At the bottom of me, we got the calm before the storm, the voice of reason, Mr. Jew Talk Sports. And me, well, you can call me the sixth man because I come in when I need to do. What's going on, fellas? How we doing tonight?
What's up,
Hey
dog?
man, I'm gravy, man. I'm gravy, baby. I'm gravy, baby.
Hey, man, especially after a Falcon win, like I said, how we feeling about it? I know the fans want to hear us talk about how we feel about it. I know they probably watched the after game show, but I guess after a couple of days of resting on it, how you really feel about it?
You want to take it, Mike, or you want me to go ahead?
Oh, I can blaze it up. You know, I'm ready to blaze up. I'm like Snoop when it comes down to smoking. I'm ready to blaze up.
Hey,
All right, man.
hey, I'm about to say before, hey, look, Mike, before we get to that, let me say I'm gonna
Blaze
give
it up. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
give
Go
a
do
couple
shout
shout
out.
outs. We're gonna shout out Just J Rock TV. We got Rhino TG, 34 ATM 05 Asia Green. What it do, people? If I ain't call your
Hey,
name now, it's gonna get there later. We got a show to do. So go ahead, take it, Mike.
we got to do. We got this to do, man. Blaze it up. Blaze it up. Blaze it up. Hey,
Smoke
man, I had
weed
to
every
get that, man.
day.
Smoke weed every day. Hey, man. Hey, man, we just here to have fun, man. We got an interesting topic that we want to get to on top of it, but um, that's another question. All right, I we're gonna get to that question, Ronald. Like that's the question that I want to expand on too. But the Falcons, man. I did a film breakdown. Isaiah Oliver, and it's kind of showcased his ability and what he's been able to do this year. Just in the absence of Dan Quinn and how we've seen his imprint on this defense as far as Raheem Morris. I think now I'm having a little bit of a change of heart, but I'm still skeptical just based on the culture, man. I need to see more as far as the coach is concerned. Like he was still a huge part of what the Atlanta Falcons. He's been here since Dan Quinn has been here. When we hired Dan Quinn, um, Raheem Morris, as well as Kyle Shanahan, those guys were one of the first two hires there was for the Atlanta Falcons. So I'm not letting him off the hook just because we won 3 games in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still a coaching guy. Everybody you can have guys that are great with X's and O's or excellent play callers, but I don't care nothing about that. Like this is as a head coach, there's a different responsibility. Um, the head coach has to create a culture where accountability and like accountability is head above any and everything. First and foremost, we cannot continue to let guys get on social media and act like Tweety Bird. We can't let guys like not Raheem, but Rashid, and Rashid Hageman was one of my favorite players. We can't have him, get into crazy stuff on the outfield, like on the outside of football. Like you gotta have a hand on these players, and we can't let these guys just think just because we like you and just because you're a Pro Bowler, like even a Pro Bowler, we got to hold these guys accountable for their actions, man. Like that's something for me. That's first and foremost. You got to have integrity. You got to stand for something. And like I said, Raheem is doing a wonderful job of turning that defense around. Like I'm not worried about the offense. The offense is going to be offense. You know what I'm saying? As long as Julio and Matt Ryan are healthy, bro, we're gonna put up numbers. They gonna move the ball. Like Todd Gurley is playing his behind off. He's fifth in the league in rushing, and he's like the third. Like honestly, I think he's like 30 yards or less away from being the third best rusher in the NFL. So don't miss me with this bull crap that Todd Gurley is overrated or he's lost this and he's lost that. The dude's still third, fifth right now in the league in rushing. And the dude got what, 8, 9 touchdowns? That's production. So I don't care if he's not exposed. I don't care if he's not explosive. I don't care about any of that. All right, I don't care about explosiveness. I care about results. Todd Gurley is getting results, and what I'm seeing from Todd Gurley, my nephew over here, please don't touch that light. All right, but I don't care nothing about explosive plays. Like anybody can make explosive plays. You know what I'm saying? Like Turbo Taylor, the dude is fast. He runs a 4.2, 4.3. And he's out of the league. So I don't care about nothing about explosive plays. I don't care about highlights. I care about results. And what I'm getting from Todd Gurley is results. So that being said, let me know what you guys think about so I can get my nephew from touching this freaking light. He's 1 year old, so he's in that experiment phase. You know how it is, Ju. I'm sure you know about it.
I know how y'all know.
I'm already getting that at 11 months. So yeah, I already know.
Matter of fact, man, I'm about to put him on camera. Just 1 second.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Ju. Go and take it.
Yeah, man. Personally, I kind of agree with what Mike was saying. I talked about it a little bit in one of the videos that I did. I think it was like one of the last 2 videos I did on my channel. You guys definitely go sub Ju Talk Sports. But I talked about Raheem Morris. Like, he really needs a chance at being the head coach of the team. If he can get this team to win, I said if we can go on a win streak and we make a playoff push, I think Raheem Morris deserves a shot at possibly being the head coach. Definitely should be interviewed as possible. Right now, he's the interim head coach, but I definitely think he deserves a shot. I'm with Mike, though. I want to see how these games go against the upper level competition, like against the Tampa Bays of the world, the Saints of the world. I want to see how we match up against them. But one thing that I do really, really like with Raheem Morris so far is he's holding these guys accountable, as Mike was talking about. Hey, what's up, Terror Artist 404? Y'all definitely go sub his channel. They do their show every Wednesday night at 8. ATL in Sports Zone, so y'all definitely check them out. But yeah, man, I really think that Raheem Morris, I think that he deserves a shot if he can get this team, keep this team winning. Like I'm about results. It's like what Mike said. I'm about results. I really don't. At first, I was on the same train as Mike was on. It's like we need to clean house, get rid of everybody, because really I didn't believe this team was going to turn it around the way they're doing. Like I figured because this same regime kind of was here with DQ, and I thought they were drinking that DQ Kool-Aid where they all wanted to play that soft zone and stuff like that. But really, they're making DQ look bad because now that DQ is gone, it's like now they're blitzing. They're doing all these new blitz packages. It's like, where was all of this stuff when DQ was here? So it really like, yeah. So I'm like, now that DQ is gone, DQ is really looking bad now because it's like, it seems like everything that we were doing was DQ, and it looks like DQ, his ego, like he got an ego. So I really agree with what Mike was saying, man, about I think Raheem Morris really deserves a shot. If this team continues to win and they make a real push, like say we win 6 out of the last 7 games or something like that, like we did last year, and his record end up being like 8-2, because I really like that they didn't wait around with DQ and they went ahead and cut him early with 11 games left, because this gives us a huge sample size to really see if Raheem Morris can really lead a team. Because really, to be honest, this is his like test right now. They're really trying to see what he can do over an 11-game stretch. So if he go like a 8-2 or something like that over an 11-game period, you got to get this man a shot. Like that's how I personally feel about it. You got to give him a shot, because this dude proved that 8-2 is not no fluke, especially with the schedule we got. We got Kansas City coming up. We got the LA Chargers. We got the Las Vegas Raiders. Like, these teams are no pushovers. We got Tampa twice and the Saints twice. I mean, if he come out of this with a winning record somehow, some way, I think we got to look at possibly giving Raheem Morris a chance to be the head coach. What you think, KStlyz?
Well, yeah, like I said, these stretch of games right here, like I said, you look at the beginning of the season and the teams that they played, it was okay, cool. But like I said, the meat and potatoes of your schedule is now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you got 2 games against Drew Brees and the Saints. You got 2 games against Tom Brady. You got Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, you have all the test. The test is now, and I think the only way that Raheem Morris will keep his job is if they at least get close to that playoff spot. I won't say necessarily that playoff spot, but if they get close to it, because the one thing we haven't seen so far yet is what can he do in a 5-game stretch? Because with Dan Quinn, we've seen every year since he's been here it was a stretch where they'll lose 5 games here. They'll win 3, lose 2. Next year, 6-game losing streak. The year after that, 7-game losing streak. Year after that, 6-game losing streak. And I think that's where Arthur Blank kind of got tired of it, because it's like, I can understand you losing 2 games here, 2 games there, but if you consistently losing 5, 6 games every year, and it's just looking like, well, y'all not making the adjustments. Dan Quinn, like I said, is making him look bad because his pedigree is the Legion of Boom. That's what he got hired for, because he had the Legion of Boom. And it just made him look bad. And Thomas Dimitrov didn't make it no better because these 2 guys weren't drafting the right players. Because at the end of the day, the head coach and the GM has to be on the same accord. If they're not on the same accord on what the type of players they want to bring in here, you have a GM that wants to be offensive minded, and you have a coach that want to be defensive minded. It's gonna clash, and that's what it looked like. Because remember, with Dan Quinn, we only had 2 winning seasons in 6 years. That is crazy, especially the way they were talking about Dan Quinn. So yeah, Raheem Morris, if he can put a good stretch of games here to where it'd be at least competitive. Let's say if they go a 7-9, I would consider him as their head coach, because, like I said, it's that, like you said, at the end of the day, it's that accountability. We must have, like I said, that accountability. Like, even though Lowe said accountability is not as important with a young team, it's important because you got a lot of young players on this team. You ain't got as many veterans as most of these teams that's in this playoffs.
So accountability is massive when it comes when you look at it that aspect. And to kind of expand on what you were saying about, just the team in general, man. It make Dan Quinn look bad is because, like, yeah, you can be. It's all good to be, like me. I'm just gonna put this in like a real life situation. Like, for me personally, man, I respect the hell out of everybody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody who is just tuned in for us, man. It's like, if you guys, no matter if you're Saints fans or Green Bay Packer fan, like, we got all types of people who watch this channel and watch us, man, because we know our stuff, we're entertaining, and I respect the hell out of everyone's opinion. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna talk my shit the way I'm gonna talk it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a damn about how good you are. Like, look, you can be good all you want to. You can be a Hall of Famer. You can be rich. But if you come in here and think you just gonna run things the way you want to run, and you want to do what you want to do, like, I'm get your behind out of here, man. And that's what I mean. Is like, that's ability. You know what I mean? Like, that's accountability, and it breeds, a certain amount of, like, for guys like Matt Ryan, who are veterans. You know what I'm saying? These guys are veterans. Who is a veteran, and it is difficult for me to say. I'm thinking, it's like, do these guys really have a say so? You know what I'm saying? Do they really have, power in the organization? Like a Tom Brady once did. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady ended up losing that power, but he had a lot of strength when it comes down to the organization. If he said he didn't want this receiver, he didn't want that, all he had to do is go to the owner. You know what
Robert
I'm
Kraft.
saying? And Bill Belichick had the phone. So Robert Kraft, like if he go to Mr. Kraft and he got it. So I'm not sure Matt Ryan had that type of pull. So for me personally, if Matt Ryan and Julio Jones don't have that pull, man, we really need Raheem to step up and say, guess what? Like we're not going to stand for nonsense. Not going to stand for guys half-assing it on the field. Like I said, I'm still debating whether or not to just do the attack video. I might just move on from it because like it's old news. There's no need to even go back on there unless he comes back and want to bash the team after they done let him go. That's the only reason. That's the only way that I might go back. But for the most part, man, you got to stand for something, man. You got to stand for something. And for a guy like Raheem Morris, like this, look, bro, I'm real about mine. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and even if I have a change of heart, I'm gonna be real about it. I'm gonna say, you know what, man, I'm having second guesses about not, making Raheem Morris the head coach. I'm second guessing because he's doing a very good job with the defense. You can't deny it. Like I said, I just put out a video with Isaiah Oliver. Isaiah Oliver is playing so much more aggressive, so much better right now. AJ Terrell's looking he's looking like a future Pro Bowler. He's looking great. John Commit is playing his behind off. This is what he's doing with these young kids. So how can you deny it? We real about it, bro. Like that's just honesty. Like this is what we want. We want results. I don't care how you get it. I want results, and that's what we're seeing with Raheem Morris. So you can't deny whether or not he deserves a shot based on what we've seen so far. It has to continue. It's all about consistency, what you guys were saying.
Hey, Drew, I want you to get this one right here. J Rock TV said, "Do you agree that old Rich has utilized our linebackers to their full potential?
Yeah,
Better
man.
than Dan Quinn."
Yeah, I definitely do. I feel like Jeff Albrecht, whoever's coming up with the defensive schemes, whether it's Jeff Albrecht by himself, whether it's him and Raheem Morris, both of those guys collaborating, I think where they're doing a better job, Foye Oluokun come off the edge, where they're doing a good job is they're using the Foye Oluokun's physicality. Like I think that's the biggest thing that people is noticing with a Foye Oluokun is his physicality. Like a lot of people are like, he's playing a lot better than Deion Jones. I think Deion Jones is being Deion Jones. The difference between the Foye Oluokun and Deion Jones is not as physical. Man, Foye Oluokun is physical. You see how he ran through the running back who was trying to block him when he was on his way to the quarterback? He basically just ran through that running back and got to the quarterback. Like a Foye Oluokun is like, I refuse to be denied. Like he played like one of them old school linebackers. Like he come downhill. He's not trying to go around you. He's going through people on those double A gap blitzes. He's doing a good job of using those violent hands, as Coach Lowe always talks about, where he split the defenders and came right up the gut with a sack. I feel like they're doing a lot of different things, and they're using these guys in different ways. As we always talked about. They're not using these guys in just one position. And I feel like that was Dan Quinn's biggest problem. He didn't take advantage of what these guys do well. We talked about it numerous times, like last year. And I think that's where Dan Quinn actually tricked the front office. I really feel like Jeff Albrecht and Raheem Morris last year on those last 8 games where we went 6-2. I really think that Dan Quinn did give up some of that power as far as calling the defensive plays. And if you notice, last year, the end of the season kind of looks like right now. If you guys remember, Devondre Campbell was struggling in coverage, and they started putting Devondre Campbell on the edge. They started bringing him up, allowing him to blitz. And then the beginning of this year, it's like we reverted back to what we were doing. Even at the end of last year, Isaiah Oliver was playing a lot better, but I think that had a lot to do with the way that Jeff Albrecht and the way that Raheem Morris was scheming up the defense. And I also talked about in my video, KStlyz, that I did on my channel that I really feel like if, say, Raheem Morris does go on a stretch where they win a couple games and they decide to make him the head coach, I do think that if they tell him that he can pick like his coaching staff and he don't have to keep everybody on this staff, I do think that he's going to keep Jeff Ulbrich as his defensive coordinator. But I think that those guys are really close. As far as Dirk Cutter, I think Dirk Cutter might be let go because I don't think that Raheem Morris is really tied to him, but he's really tied to Jeff Ulbrich. Like him and Jeff Ulbrich are really close. And I think because they work on the defensive side of the ball together, they're really, really close knit. So I do think J-Rock is right on it when he's talking about him using the linebackers in different ways. And I don't feel like it's just the linebackers. I feel like it's all the players. He's using Isaiah Oliver more in the slot instead of just leaving him out there on the island. He's done a good job of mixing and matching these guys. He's bringing Keanu Neal up on blitzes, allowing him to play closer to the line like a linebacker, which is what he does well. So I feel like Coach Ulbrich and Raheem Morris, they're doing a great job of mixing and matching these guys, not making these guys just do one thing, but let these guys be multifaceted. The only thing that I can say I don't like from what I'm saying out of Jeff Ulbrich and Raheem Morris is the way that they're using John Cominsky. I keep talking about that. I don't like the way that they're using him at that 3 technique. I feel like they need to put him on the edge a little bit more. But I think once Marlon Davidson comes back and he's able to play inside, and now that Tack is going, I feel like they're going to have to kick Cominsky out to the edge because they're not going to have enough rotation out there. So I just hope that the only flip-flop I need to see, I need them to move Alan Bailey off the edge and put him inside, and I need them to stop putting Grady Jarrett out there on the edge because everybody knows Grady Jarrett doesn't have those long arms and stuff like that to keep the tackles off him. He's good in short area quickness where he can use that swim move and he can get in the backfield. So you want him as closest to the quarterback as possible. He's your impact player. Don't have him out on the edge because he can't make that impact, especially against Drew Brees and Tom Brady later on in this season, where those guys like to sit in the pocket. You want that rush coming from the middle. If you guys remember last year when we played the Saints in that second game, we were putting our blitzers on the inside. We were putting AC, Adrian Claiborne, Grady Jarrett, even Vic Beasley. They brought him on some stunts, and we kept pressuring up the middle because, you know, Drew Brees and Tom Brady, they like to step up in the pocket. So you got to press the middle. Don't put Grady Jarrett out on the edge because he can't affect the middle of the pocket. We want to push that pocket because Drew Brees, we all know he's short. He can't throw over those hands, and he wants to get that ball out quick. So we need those guys on the inside. Put John Cominsky, he's 6'5", 280 with long arms. And put him on the outside where he can use his speed and use that strength and use that athleticism. Stop putting Grady out there and stop putting Alan Bailey out there. They don't have the speed to get around the edge. Put somebody out there that's more athletic. And that's pretty much all I got to say. What you think about it, Mike?
I forgot what we were talking about, man.
Oh, I'm about to say, hey, look, I'm about to say before we get the mic.
Ulbrich. You're talking about Ulbrich. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's right, Jeff Ulbrich.
Yeah, I'm about to say before we get the mic, I want to get on this one by Jeremy Humphreys. He was talking about they should have traded Mack and got some picks, and Oliver and Sheffield is trash. I don't necessarily agree with that. Only reason why is Matt Hennessy is not ready yet.
Man, look,
he is not ready yet. Like I said,
go ahead, man. You know I'm about to blaze this bitch up like Snoop.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, look, I'm about to say I'll light it up for you right quick. Like I said, Hennessy is not ready yet. Like I said, Matt might not be the center that he was in Cleveland and where he was in that Super Bowl year, but that center, and I always say it like this: that center to quarterback position is one of the most important relationships you have to have on that field. Now, if you trade Mack and got some picks and you throw Hennessy in there, Hennessy and Matt Ryan don't have that rapport like that. Hennessy can't make the calls on the line. And if you have a veteran quarterback that's like this, that's not really a mobile quarterback with a center that can't make calls, you finna get Matt Ryan's ass lit up out there. Because that center has to see the same thing the quarterback does. And as far as Isaiah Oliver and Sheffield is trash, I wouldn't exactly say it's trash. Mike has said this plenty of times, and I agree with him on this part. The only reason why these corners are really getting burnt like that is because you don't have the athleticism in the safety position to really help them. Because Ricardo Allen, like I said, Ricardo Allen, as much as I like Ricardo Allen, he was a feel-good story on Hard Knocks. Like I said, he doesn't have the necessary foot speed to really cover all four spots in the secondary, all four zones. He can only be retained in one zone. If he has to try to cover three zones, you might as well get him the powder toast on that. We ain't even went to that part yet. But like I said, Isaiah Oliver as a slot corner, nickel corner is good because he doesn't have to worry about just having safety help on the top. He got linebackers helping him cover. So he can basically be who he was in Colorado, basically physical, man-to-man, whatever. Like you said, he's a cover two corner. And that slot corner, and like I said, that slot corner is a real tough position to cover, especially if you ain't got no help. Because we ain't got no Deion Sanders out here. And like I said, I give shit to Sheffield too, but like I said, at the end of the day, your corners is only as good as your safeties. And I'll pass it on to Mike.
Go ahead, Mike. I don't want to cut you off.
I'm gonna just say this, man. Y'all got to stop coming up and he's trash without explanations on why they trash. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just empty words. You know what I'm saying? You can't give anything other than he's just trash. Why is he trash? Are you looking at the safety player? Are you looking at the linebackers? Are we getting consistent pressure? Are we scoring enough points in the fourth quarter to kind of help these guys play the right like the right schemes? Like we seen with Dirk Cutter in the fourth quarter. The dude, we up it was like 30-13. I think it was like 30-10 or 30-13. In the beginning at the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. Instead of this dude actually running the ball, guess what he does? Yeah, he passes the ball. This is the same thing that lost us the Super Bowl. This is why I get pissed off every time we see the fourth quarter come. We go doing the exact same thing that got us lost to begin with. The exact same stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta don't continue to say that someone sucks if you're not giving the reason why. I've said this open there. I just did a film breakdown with Isaiah Oliver. Isaiah Oliver plays exactly. He playing the role that Brian Poole played in that slot position. The Falcons slot position, what they do, they play a lot of zone. They play a lot of man. They use their corners to tackle well. That's why you brought in an AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell is a big physical corner with athleticism. That's the same thing for Kenneth Sheffield. Kenneth Sheffield is a big physical corner. Yeah, he runs a 4.3, but he is more physical than he is athletic. You know what I'm saying? As far as his football is concerned, as far as his skill set and football is concerned, he's not a guy that, who's going to guard someone like a Wes Welker. These guys who are quick, fast, and get out of breaks fast. That's not his strength. So what you do as a defensive coordinator, you play these guys in ways so they can be physical. Isaiah Oliver, again, go check out the film breakdown. The guy was attacking. When you put him in positions where he just has to think fast and he doesn't have to worry about a guy behind him, he's a much better corner. He can tackle. I know you guys saw a couple of plays during the game where he's tackling running backs. This dude tackling tight ends at corner. How many corners do you know that can tackle big? Like I don't know his name, but I think it's Fance or whatever his name is. They have two big. No offense. That dude is big. And Adumafeo, I don't know what his name is. I can't pronounce the name, but that dude is huge, man. And Isaac Oliver making tackles on no tight end. So you put him in position to be that slot guy, that Brian Poole, and you let AJ Terrell and Kendall Sheffield handle the more speedier, faster receivers, you got something there. Isaiah Oliver, not only a great tackler, he's physical, but what you don't want to do with him is leave him on guys like a Julio Jones. You saw last night, last game, like Jerry Jeudy was killing everybody. The dude's he's gonna be a hell of a receiver. Like he was doing that to everybody. Jerry Jeudy been doing that. He's been working people all season. So I think he's gonna be a great receiver. But again, man, they're doing a good job of using these guys, their ability to do not only athleticism, but he's moving around these guys. Like I saw him on the left side. I saw him playing a little bit of quarters. And quarters, the slot corner is more like a safety. And he was using Isaiah Oliver as a safety, where he just react, and go tackle. And like that right there is a noticeable change as far as Raheem Morris is concerned. I'm still not sold on him as far as him being the head coach. I gotta see more as far as that's concerned. Like I can't get over the fact just because you won 3 games in a row and we're seeing changes on the defensive side of the ball, I can't ignore him and what Dan Quinn. Somebody got to speak up. You know what I'm saying? It's like having that. This dude is a damn locker room problem, but nobody's willing to say anything. You know what I'm saying? He done punch your auntie in the face. He done beat up your sister, your brother, but nobody want to say nothing because everybody's scared. And that's the way I feel about Raheem Morris. And I can't forgive that from anybody. I can't forgive any coaches. Like y'all knew Dan Quinn was not doing the right thing with these players, but nobody was willing to step up, whether it's coaching or players. Nobody on the defensive side spoke up against Dan Quinn. That's a problem for me. So he was a part of that. But as far as that concerned, I think Ulbrich, they're doing exactly what we saw at the end of the season. Now we know for a fact that was them. That was Jeff Ulbrich, and that was Raheem Morris. That is something that's a huge plus for him. But at the same time, like I said, man, you can't let these guys, you can't forget all the bad things, that they did just because they're playing good right now, man.
All right. Before we get to the next one, let's say Wallace Smith, what's happening, man? Bonacera Productions, what's going on? And you already knew Attack Joe was gonna coming up by Futuristic. PAYT said he
ain't nobody thinking about Tweety Bird, man. Let him go back. Ain't nobody.
You knew that was coming. But I'm gonna let Mike get this one. You probably have already said it, but Rhino TG said, "Do you think Dirk is gonna be here next year?"
What the hell has he done? We've always been a great passing team. What the hell? That ain't impressive. What are you impressed by? This is Julio and Matt Ryan. These are Hall of Famers. We don't need Dirk Cutter to do that. They put up even bigger numbers than Steve Sarkisian was here. Go look at it. They've always been great with passing. That's not the problem with the Falcons. The problem with the Falcons, they can't run the ball. That's like, yes, Todd Gurley is 5th in the league. And like I said, he's like about 30, I'm almost like 30 yards, 30 yards or less from being the 3rd top running back in the league as far as the rushing total. So he's getting in the end zone, he's running the ball, but there's no consistency with this offensive running game. That's the problem. So what the hell I'm gonna keep him around for? Like, we might as well bring Steve Sarkisian back because his shit, he ain't changed the running game. The running game's still inconsistent. That's what I'm talking about. People love to just give everyone the credit except for who really truly deserve it. And we talking about Matt Ryan. The kid's looking like a damn future Pro Bowl receiver because of Matt Ryan getting these guys ready, Julio Jones getting these guys ready, and they balling their behinds off. Did y'all see that bum like this? They've been saying this dude got a noodle arm. Every time they say that, this dude just keep putting up numbers. He keep breaking records. He just tied Peyton Manning, okay, for the most completions in 13 years. Okay, just tied him. Nobody in the league, nobody in the history of the game has ever done that. But everybody want to get Dirk Cutter. Oh, we need to bring Dirk Cutter. Why? He was doing this before Dirk Cutter. That ain't impressive. So hell no, we don't need to. What we can bring Dirk Cutter back? I'd rather have Steve Sarkisian. To be honest, at least we know he gonna run a damn tall sweep instead of all them damn draws.
Hey, Drew, I want you to take this. I'm about to say, Anthony Wright, what's going on, man? How you doing? Appreciate you joining us. But I see this comment right here. I think you might be better fit to take this one. Stewie Rock J talking about Dante Fowler's trash. I think you might need to explain to him again what his role is.
Yeah, you good.
Hey man, Dante Fowler was brought here to be that edgy type of player. I keep telling y'all, like, we were soft. We talked about it last year. I made a whole video on my channel that we were soft. What was y'all main thing y'all like to say about Vic Beasley? Man, he's soft. Last year, man, we soft. Nobody want to tackle. Devondre Campbell soft. Deion Jones, he playing soft. You know, that's what everybody was saying last year. When Keanu Neal left, and we didn't have that guy back there, that intimidator. You guys know that Keanu Neal was hurt. And last year, we didn't have no guy back there that put fear in people's heart. Dante Fowler was brought here to be that type of guy. He's that guy that plays with that edge. He's that guy that's going to come down, like Mike made a video talking about it. He's going to play the run first, and then he's going to rush the passer. We had too many guys on this team, like Tat McKinley, like I said, that wouldn't set the edge. He would run right past the running back on the toss and run straight at the quarterback on an option play. Like he going to get a sack, streaming right past his assignment. Well, Dante Fowler, how many times we've seen already this year, 2 splash plays on 4th and goal, what Dante Fowler do? Crash down and hit Wolverine, as I call him, hit AP in the backfield, blow him up on the 1-yard line. Then he come downhill against the Vikings, knock the kid Madison out. Like, that's what Dante Fowler does. He's that guy that plays with that edge. And you seen against the Panthers, tripping Teddy Bridgewater on that play. Dante Fowler's that guy where he gonna do whatever it takes, dog. I don't agree with playing dirty. Like when you seen Charles Harris hit Teddy Bridgewater late on the ground, but I do believe we want these guys to fear us. And that's how Dante Fowler plays. He plays like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. If I gotta knock your head off, that's what I'm gonna do. But I want to intimidate you. In football, that's a part of football, being intimidated. I mean, they're trying to take that out of the game. You see with Keanu Neal, he's that same type of player. He's an edgy player. Like, if you come across the middle, I'm going to hit you. And believe it or not, even if you get tossed, they tossed that yellow flag out there. Trust me, that receiver that went across the field, I think it was KJ Hamler that went across the field on Sunday and got blasted by Keanu Neal. Trust me, next time he come through the hole, he's going to be tiptoeing. He going to think about that hit, dog. I'm telling you, he ain't going to stretch all the way out because guys don't like taking them hits. Like, it's one thing to be like, well, I'm going to get the flag. But it's another thing to be like, I might get a concussion. I might not be able to play next week because this dude will knock me out and possibly knock his teammate out. I know y'all seen him hit Kendall Sheffield. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was tried to hit
that man knocked him out. Knocked him out
exactly.
The game, bro.
Exactly. So that's what we're looking for, man. We need edgy players. We need players that's going to make you fear them. We enough of these choir boys on this team. When you play defense, Ray Lewis was not a choir boy. He was one of them dudes, I'm going to hit you. Terrell Suggs, I'm going to hit you. Ed Reed, I'm going to knock your head off. Like, them guys were like, if you come across here, I'm going to hit you and think about a flag later. And that's how you have to play the game. You got to play right up to that line. You don't necessarily need to cross the line, but you need to toe that line. Play right up to the line. Play through the echoes of the whistle. And that's what I like about Dante Fowler. He's one of them guys, he going to give you everything he got every single play. And sometimes he going to cross the line. like that play against Teddy Bridgewater, because he clearly tried to clip him. But the reason he did that is because the guy was holding him. He had no way of getting to Teddy Bridgewater. He was going to take off for a first down, and he said, "Hey, look, before he get this first down, I'm gonna clip him." It was not the right play, but he was like, "Hey, look, I want him thinking about something. I want him thinking about if he try to get a first down, this dude might do something to me, and it might not be legal, but he gonna do something. Like he's not gonna sit around and just wait."
And Ndamukong Suh. That's Ndamukong Suh. Everybody feels Suh because they know it might get stepped on or something. Like he gonna do something.
But when you play football, I talk about it all the time. When you play football, you gotta be a little bit crazy in the head. That was the reason why I didn't play football, because I was like, to play football and get your clock cleaned a bunch of times, you gotta be a little crazy. You gotta be a little crazy, dog. Especially to play defense, to play linebacker. Oh, we talked to Chris Draft. Y'all remember Chris Draft talking about you gotta be ready and you gotta be a little bit crazy to meet that running back in the hole. And he was playing against guys like Eddie George, big dudes. But when they come through the hole, hey, look, you gonna feel it just as much as they feel it. Mike Allstott, them big guys, when they come through the hole, you gonna feel it, dog. So you better come with everything you got. We talked to Keenan Forney. He was another one talking about, man, when I would come through and try to block somebody, man, I felt like my shoulder got knocked out of place. Like, you gotta be a little bit crazy, dog, to play football. That's what I'm saying. So, like, Dante Fowler is one of them guys where sometimes he gonna go over the edge. But them the type of players you need on your team, man. You need those players that's a little bit crazy, a little bit edgy, and you like to have those guys on your side. Trust me. It's a reason why JPP got about 6 or 7 sacks, because he got Ndamukong Suh next to him, and Ndamukong Suh is one of them dirty, kind of crazy players that, like he said, he gonna step on you if you under the pile. He gonna step on your hand. He gonna do that kind of stuff. He gonna try to hit your quarterback late and get a roughing the passer, and it's not gonna care about it. He gonna try to knock your quarterback out the game. That's a part of the game, man. It's a reason why the Saints were putting bounties on people's head. Like, football is a crazy sport. You never know. It's some players out there literally trying to hurt people. So when you come to play, you gotta be ready, dog. You gotta be ready.
It's perfect. You already know that damn psycho trying to hurt. Like Keanu Neal's one. He trying to hurt you. I don't care what nobody. Keanu, he's trying to hurt you, bro. That's what you need. You need crazy. And
Keanu don't give a damn who team you play on. You in his way, you can knock the block off.
You in the way, you just get knocked. You get knocked out. It don't matter who it is. You get knocked out.
But I want to kind of pig off on what Drew's saying. The thing about that is the defensive line has to work as a unit. It's just like the offensive line. You have to work as a unit. Like I said, we talked about John Abraham and how he's one of the best pass rushers the Falcons have ever seen. But you also have to remember on that defensive line, you had Big Grady Jackson, Babineau,
and
don't forget Rod Coleman.
Yeah, Rod Coleman.
We talk about how great Grady Jarrett is. Rod Coleman was the same exact type of guy. He was a little bigger.
He just had a knee injury. He had a knee injury that kind of halted his progress, though.
Yeah, your defense, like I said, so Fowler, you may say Fowler's getting overpaid for his position, but in actuality, he's actually getting paid less than what most of his position would be. Because if you look at a lot of the pass rushers in the NFL right now, remember, Joey Bosa just got $170-something million contract as a 3-4 defensive end. Remember, years ago, J.J. Watt was really one of the first $120 million guys. And the way that this league is now, with it being a passing league, these defensive ends, you really can't afford to pay them that kind of salary. So you got to get them as much as bargain as you can, because there's too many pass rushers coming out of every draft every year. And it also hurt him at the fact that he had to deal with Tat McKinley's ass, who wasn't busting his ass on the whole game. Because what y'all say is Fowler sets it up, McKinley was supposed to clean it up. And like
it works as a unit.
Exactly. So Fowler might not be getting the sack numbers that everybody want, but like I said, the plays that don't show up on the stat sheets are the ones that they get paid for. Can you occupy extra offensive linemen to help your other guys get sacks?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hold outside contain? So you can bounce the run inside and let your big guys eat. Those plays are the ones that don't show up on the stat sheet, but those are the ones that are just as important as a sack. Now, sacks look good when you're trying to get that contract, but for your team to be, like I said, that's why the 2000 Ravens was so dominant. That's why the 2002 Buccaneers were so dominant. You had guys that, may not have had the big sack numbers like you thought. Like I said, you had Simeon Rice in Tampa Bay, but they worked well as a
unit. Yeah.
I'll take unity over individual stats, because at the end of the day, defense wins championship, and you can't win a championship with just one defensive lineman getting 15 plus sacks. We seen that with Vic Beasley. It didn't work.
Oh, I want to get on this one, like this one right here. Like, I think this is a good one. To be honest, I think this goes into exactly what we was talking about as far as Dante Fowler. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people only look at just the pass rush itself, and they don't look at the small details of just taking on a block, taking on the tight end, taking a tight end with them, as well as a tackle. As an end, what the Stephen means is doing is allowing, 4-year Olakun and Deion Jones to come free on blitzes, because they're eating up all that space, so that linebackers can come, that safeties can come on blitzes. Like Keanu Neal, with that block, with that sack on Matt Stafford, he came free. How did he come free? Do anybody know that? Yeah, you had defensive linemen taking on blocks. Like, they came free. So these are the things that you have to look at when you talk about, defensive linemen and their impact. Like, there's more to just, pass rush and defensive line than just sacks. You know what I'm saying? People talk about, you go back and look at that team, the Rams, when your boy put up I think it was like 20, yeah, like 20.5 sacks. Does anybody give Ndamukong Suh the credit that he deserves for that? That dude, all he was doing was eating up blocks all year. He was getting double teamed all year. So he can Aaron Donald could just play one-on-one. All he had to do was just worry about getting to the quarterback, because Suh, that dude is a monster, man, and he's doing the exact same thing, again in Tampa. So these are the small details of football that you gotta really look at. And this is something that myself, Low, we're doing with film breakdowns. And this is why I said with the Atlanta Falcons, with Isaiah Oliver. I think the Falcons secondary, I think they're gonna have something really special if they go out and get either a strong safety who has range, or a free safety that has range, because Isaiah Oliver has talent. AJ Terrell has talent. Kenneth Sheffield, those guys have talent. But when you don't have a safety who can take away those deep balls and kind of give that second thought, or that cast that doubt in quarterbacks' mindset, they hold that ball for an extra second or two, and that extra second or two, will help Grady Jarrett get more sacks, Dante Fowler get more pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, that helps. When you don't have that free safety that can get to anything, and this is why even the Chiefs don't have a dominant, defense. They have a great free safety who can get to anything. Honey Badger can get to anything. There's nothing he can't get to. He's he's really like a cornerback playing safety. You know what I'm saying? He can break on anything, and that's what makes that defense not great, but they get the job done. And see, that's what the Falcons don't have. Like I said, I love Ricardo Allen, but he old, bro. Like he's done. I'm just gonna be real. He's done, man.
He on the Ben Gay side of the game.
Hey man, he ain't on Ben Gay, man. He on that crutch. He got a cane. He got a crutch. That's what he ain't even on Ben Gay.
But that kind of agree with you on that, man. Like I said, it just like I said, it just comes down to but what's that? Stephen Means look good feeling for Tack. Hell, I look good feeling for Tack. At least Stephen Means been playing the game.
Exactly.
Availability is the best ability.
Right, be available.
Let me ask y'all this. When was the last time you really seen like Ricardo Allen like single-handedly take over a game? When was the last time you seen a free safety for the Falcons literally take over a game?
You talking about all time? All time?
No, I'm just talking about in the last 10 years or so. In the last 10 years or so, when the last time you saw a free safety for the Falcons literally just take over the game? And we're talking about consistently.
You talking about consistently getting burnt? Outside of Keon Carpenter, that's the only other safety that I knew that was consistently playing good.
Well, we had one here that had about 2 good seasons, and then he got paid and he started resting on his laurels, and that was Thomas Deku. For a while, Thomas Deku would get interceptions, and then he had that one Pro Bowl season. He got paid, and then he started resting on his laurels. He stopped tackling. He forgot how to catch. He forgot how to run. He forgot how to play football altogether. He fell off a cliff, just like I talk about Ryan Schrader. Ryan Schrader was balling. Next thing you know, after that Super Bowl year, Ryan Schrader fell off a wagon. He fell off a cliff. He couldn't block me. I was like, what happened, dog? He was balling. Next thing you know, he couldn't block nobody, dog. I'm like, was he popping pills? What was he doing, dog? Was he using performance enhancing drugs? Was he using dog? What was he doing, dog? He must have been juiced up or something, dog. He was balling. Next thing you know, that man fell off a cliff, dog. I don't know what happened to Ryan Schrader. The same thing with Thomas Deku. When we had Thomas Deku and we had the Missouri Hammer back there with him, William Moore, them dudes were playing well together for a little while until Thomas Deku got paid. Then that dude started slumming. William Moore, he just started having injuries. But Thomas Deku, I don't know what happened to him, dog. He had one season where he had like 7 or 8 interceptions. It was almost like the Monte Casey situation. Remember that one year DeMonte Casey led the league in interceptions, tip interceptions, and all of that? Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, he couldn't play. Same thing with Thomas Deku, dog. He was one of them guys. He could take the ball away. Next thing you know, he got that big contract, and he couldn't live up to it. Oh, so I would say that was the last guy I thought it was, a playmaker.
Bruh. See now you setting up something serious here. Because Thomas Deku is right there at the peerless price. Names do not need to be mentioned. And because you said that, he will get the all-time.
There you go.
All-time. Powder Toast Award.
I had to give you a layup, man. I had to set it up for you, dog.
Hey,
it was only right.
We appreciate the alley-oop, bud, because Thomas Deku, I don't know. I think he was trying to model back there. Because I don't know if y'all remember that picture he had back there with that little gay ass pose he did.
Oh man, don't even talk about that. Don't. No.
I don't want to go there,
dancing.
But that dude right there.
Be dancing and posing, dancing, and whatever he called. I don't know what he was doing. Like he got, like you said, he got paid, and he's just like, okay, that's it. I got paid.
Got that big contract. That's all I was playing for. I'm good.
Shoot, he got burnt so much you thought he was dancing on the sun. That's how bad he got burnt. And William Moore, like I said, I like Willie Moore, but like I said, that's the same thing we say about Keanu now, as far as he gave you the big pop. But if he ain't popped your ass, he popped his shoulder out of place or popped his knee out of place every 3 games. So as far as like free safety outside of Keon Carpenter the last 10 years, I really ain't seen nobody really consistent. Damn. That's a long line of terrible safeties we done had.
Mm-hmm.
Because Corey Hall
really had.
Corey Hall wasn't shit. Corey Bierman, he don't know. Not Bierman, but Corey Wire wasn't shit.
Jimmy Williams, like a lot of people just terrible, man. Like they've had some terrible safeties, man. Like, eesh.
Oh my god.
I got something that I want to talk to you guys about. This is something that we're gonna kind of shift gears just a little bit, because I think this is gonna be something that a lot of people might they get wrong when it comes down to. Well, here you go. Here it is.
Hold on. Hey, before you get to that, Mike, I think I found what I was talking about. And like I said, did you want this as your free safety right here? Hold on, it's loading up now. Did you want that as your free safety?
No.
Did that look like a guy that can cover?
No, we good. No, we good on that one.
I don't think that. No.
We good on that. No.
William Amy, that was Thomas Day cool with that shit right there. But go ahead, Mike. Do what you do. What you about to say?
But that's it, man. We're talking about because, man, now you got that picture stuck in my head, man. Hey, man. I don't know what that was, dog. But this is something that I wanted to talk about, man, because a lot of people don't understand what arm talent means. We're talking about the top 5 quarterbacks. It doesn't have to be top 5; it can be the top 3. But I want to give you guys thoughts on what arm talent means. Arm talent. We're just talking about arm talent. Let's discuss the arm talent. What does that mean in your opinion, man?
Who's gonna take it first? Y'all want me to go first?
Oh, I'm about to say I'll take it first.
Go ahead.
Arm talent is basically it's not how far you can throw the ball. It's not about how fast you can throw the ball. Like I said, it's pretty much can you hit all 9 routes accurately. What they say, the hardest throw in football is the throws between the numbers and the sideline. Those throws right there make you money. Like you said that throwing down the field makes you money. I personally think that those sideline throws, like I said, if you can hit a out or a corner route with accuracy and anticipation without a receiver breaking stride, that's arm talent. Because it, like I said, we look at quarterbacks like, okay, we can look at big arm quarterbacks like, okay, right now you have Patrick Mahomes right now. We can go back and look at Joe Flacco, Jamarcus Russell, Carson Palmer. These guys could throw the deep ball like a bug.
Ryan Leaf could throw.
Man, I got a good one for y'all.
Big time.
Jay Cutler. And everybody talk about Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler with his. I want to sit out a playoff game because my pinky toe got swollen. I stuck my pinky toe, ass motherfucker. But like I said, the deep ball is only one aspect of a quarterback with arm talent.
Let me see. This is what I'm talking about. Oh my God! This comment right here is exactly what I'm talking about. Like that's not what arm talent is. That's arm strength. Okay, arm strength. That's not arm talent. Okay, arm talent is the ability, like you said, to hit all 9 routes. What good is being able to throw the ball with zip on and you not accurate? Like you can throw. I've seen Jay Cutler throw ball straight into the ground, completely missing the whole target. I know you guys have seen Cam Newton. Cam Newton, he steps back, throw the ball, and you're an Auburn fan. You know this. I've seen Cam Newton throw the ball to a receiver, and it's like 20 feet over his head. But he can throw the ball with power and strength. That's not arm talent.
Mm-hmm.
That's strength. And like this, and that's what people get. That's what people get it messed up. We're talking about the ability to throw not only with power, but power and accuracy, power and anticipation. You know what I'm saying? And there's only a handful of quarterbacks in the league that have that ability. Aaron Rodgers is one. John Elway definitely isn't one because before he got, to the Denver Broncos, like he was considered a bust. You got Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, who can throw almost any and everything. Warren Moon, a lot of people don't know Warren Moon. Warren Moon could throw any and everything. Like the dude had a cannon. He can throw with anticipation. And Dan Marino, Joe Montana. Like these guys could throw every route. Mm-hmm. And don't tell me that Tom Brady can throw every route because we've seen what he's done. Even in his prime, he couldn't make certain throws. That's the reason why he was around like a sixth round, seventh round pick. You know what I'm saying? Because he lacked the arm talent. Talking about arm talent, Tom Brady is one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time. But when it comes down to throwing every route, he couldn't throw certain sideline. Like only certain quarterbacks can throw the ball on the run and accurately, like Matt Ryan did. Like Matt Ryan threw a frozen rope, and you see it all the time. This dude throws a running, like he's running to the right, he's running to the left, and he'll just throw, a dagger, to either Julio. Oh, I know you guys remember that throw not only to Roddy White, but Michael Jenkins, where they caught the ball on the sideline. Like, ain't too many quarterbacks can throw that make that throw and it's accurate. Like that right there is arm talent. So what are you guys like? Who are you guys top three? I know I should say it's top five, but give me your top three, man, as far as your quarterback is concerned.
Before I give you my top three, Mike, I kind of wanted to just hit on what I feel about arm talent. And I completely agree with you, Mike. Like I was going to say Brett Favre. I feel like he had one of those arms where he could hit every throw. He could throw the ball hard. He knew when to put touch on it. And I think that's where a lot of guys get it twisted. Like, I'm a big fan of Michael Vick, but the problem with Vick is everything was a bullet. If you watch Lamar Jackson play, he plays the same way. It's like take a little bit of mustard off that football. Like Lamar Jackson, if he throws everything like a bullet, he could be like out to the running back in the flats and he'll throw a bullet. It's like everything don't have to be 100-mile-an-hour speed. You're not a pitcher, you're a quarterback. Sometimes if you're trying to throw it out to the fullback, that his hands is not the same as like a wide receiver. So just loft it out there to him. Like you ain't gotta, bomb it. Like you don't have to throw a bullet every single time. And I think that's what Matt Ryan understands. Like when he's on the ball, when he threw that ball when he was rolling out and Zacchaeus broke off his route and ran up the field, he threw a ball against his body. But he knows when to put some touch on it. You know what I'm saying? When to throw it with some mustard. And I think that's the biggest issue with some of these quarterbacks, like a Jay Cutler. He was another one, Cam Newton, like you were talking about. They don't understand.
My bad. If I see somebody say Russell Wilson one more time, I swear I'm a ban y'all from this fucking channel. If y'all say Russell Wilson one more time, like this dude doesn't have arm talent, okay? He's mobile. He's able to make certain throws. He got 8 interceptions on the season, okay? 8. So think about it. My bad, Jude. But I'm tired of saying Russell.
Nah, you good, man. But that's basically what I'm saying. Like you gotta have guys that knows how to put touch on the ball, but also can throw the deep ball, can make all the throws throwing out to the sideline, like I talked about. Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, You named all the greats, even Jim Kelly. A lot of people don't remember Jim Kelly with the Buffalo Bills. To play up in Buffalo and to throw that ball in the wintertime, like you got to be able to sometimes put some mustard on that ball because it snows a lot in Buffalo, New York. It gets cold around playoff time. Those guys made 4 straight Super Bowls, and he had to be able to put that ball on a dime. And they were not running the ball like they were a throwing team. They could run the ball with Thurman Thomas, but Andre Reed put up big numbers in that offense. Chad Beebe and those guys they had up there with that offense with Buffalo. He's a guy that goes overlooked a lot, Jim Kelly, because he never won a Super Bowl, but he played in 4 straight Super Bowls, and there's no quarterback that can say that. Even Tom Brady, it ain't no quarterback that's played in 4 straight Super Bowls. So I feel like it's a ton of guys out there that had that arm talent. Aaron Rodgers, like you said, he can throw the ball on a rope. He can be. It don't care what platform. He can be coming off his back foot. He can hit somebody in the corner of the end zone. And that's what I talk about when we're talking about arm talent. Dan Marino, he's another guy that I don't think we named. He's another guy that's definitely in my top 3 where he can make every throw. He could put the ball on the dime with accuracy, and he could put mustard on the ball, but he know when to throw it with some loft. He know when to put that, throw it and try to throw it through a keyhole, as I say, try to zing it through there with mustard. So it's a lot of guys, man, that have that arm talent, but those are just a few. But my top 3, I would say Brett Favre has to be in my top 3 because he was just a gunslinger. He was one of those guys that it don't matter. He playing in Green Bay, Wisconsin, just like Buffalo, New York, where it snows a lot and stuff like that. It's cold all the time. You playing against the Bears outdoors. You twice a year. You playing in Green Bay. You playing in Minnesota, like up there where it snows a lot and stuff like that. You got to have a special arm talent. Aaron Rodgers, he's another guy I got to put up in my top 3 because he can make every throw. He can run on the run. He can do it within the pocket. Him and Brett Favre is another guy that I think they sleep on as far as being mobile. Because to me, him and Aaron Rodgers pretty much were the same player. So Green Bay was just blessed, and they know how to, view talent and know how to scout talent. Because for them to go from Brett Favre right over to Aaron Rodgers, who was his backup, they're pretty much the same player. Like it's pretty much nothing that Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre, both of those guys could pretty much do it all. My third guy, man, it'll be tough because I love Warren Moon, especially being like an African American quarterback that I feel like don't get a lot of credit because he never won a Super Bowl.
He does.
But he was one of those guys that put up big numbers as well. Playing down there in Houston with the Houston Oilers, he was one of those guys that had
run and shoot offense. That run and shoot offense.
Yeah. But I think I'll go with John Elway because to me, John Elway, his arm, man, was something different, man. When I turn on his highlights now, I'd be like, man, John Elway had a rocket. Like we talk about Pat Mahomes, but he was like Pat Mahomes before Pat Mahomes. And he was another guy that kind of puts me in the mind of Matt Ryan when it comes to like he didn't win early in his career. He played in a couple Super Bowls and he got beat in a bunch of Super Bowls early on. But then later on in his career, he was able to win Super Bowls, like you were talking about, Mike, where he really wasn't the focal point of the offense no more. It was Terrell Davis pretty much carrying the team, him and Shannon Sharp. But he still had that rocket arm. He couldn't. He wasn't as mobile as he once was because John Elway was another guy that could also run. People don't realize they look at him being white. He was one of them guys too that he was kind of like an Aaron Rodgers. He could do that, run out the pocket.
Oh my God. We got to start with this. Like, that's not arm talent, people. You got to stop. Brandon Levy, please stop with this. They got cannon. Just because you have a cannon doesn't mean you got arm talent. What do you not understand about arm talent? It's accuracy with that cannon, okay? And John Elway developed that. Again, he developed that late in his career, okay?
Yeah, man.
When he got that. Just look at the first 3 years of Russell Wilson's career. He was not a well-developed quarterback. Over time, he got there. But some of these guys, from the very moment they stepped on the field, just look at Matt Ryan, his first pass. Just look at that throw. It was a rocket. It was accurate, and it was on the money, right in stride, perfect stride. That's what we're talking about. So it's not just, oh, he had a cannon. This guy had a cannon. Everybody can throw the ball hard in the NFL. Every quarterback can throw the ball, with power. But power and accuracy, that goes hand in hand. And this is why I say Aaron Rodgers, for me, he, Brett Favre, and Dan Marino, those are my three when it comes down to arm talent. And like I said, my favorite quarterback of all time is Peyton Manning. But when you look at those three quarterbacks, they could throw the ball since the first moment they stepped on the field. All right. They could make throws no other quarterback can make. And we're talking about with strength. Again, we got a lot of quarterbacks who not only have a cannon, Michael Vick. Michael Vick can throw the ball. I thought he had one of the most strongest arms in the NFL. Like, this dude would flick his wrist and that shit would go 70 yards. You know what I'm saying? But as far as an arm talent, he wasn't an arm talent. He just had a strong arm. And that that's what people get things mixed up when we say, oh, he got a cannon. That's not arm talent.
Okay. That's cool.
What you think, KStlyz?
Well, before I go with my top three of arm talent, I'll give you my top three who had absolute trash arm talent. I'll give you that. And this is no particular order. This is just three guys that I saw that was absolute garbage. Mark Sanchez, Rex Grossman, and motherfucking Jake Fromm. What the fuck?
Oh, don't even talk about Jake Fromm. That dude throws so many balls in the dirt. Oh my God. Straight to the ground. Nothing like hard as hell, straight to the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen it perfectly.
Yeah. But like I said, but if you talk about my top three arm talent, I'm not gonna go off of what history has said. I'm gonna go off of what I've seen. And I'm gonna also throw names in there that nobody really talk about. Like I said, Brandon Levy said one name that I did like, and that was Donovan McNabb. I liked his arm talent. I give him that one. Another one nobody talks about. His arm wasn't the strongest, but he could get it there on time, and that was Chad Pennington.
Yeah.
Chad Pennington could get it done when you needed to. And another one, damn, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Cause I know everybody saying Matt Ryan is not in there, but there was one throw Matt Ryan did make in his career. The one throw Matt Ryan made in his career that said that he had arm talent. I don't know if y'all remember it. It was against the Chicago Bears. And he threw that ball from the end zone on the sideline with less than 10 seconds and got him in the field.
Oh, yeah. That's the one that I'm talking about, the Michael Jenkins. He threw that on the sideline to Michael Jenkins.
That right there, that's our talent. But another quarterback that I would definitely put up there that I had seen, that's a tough one because I can't really – like, I'm trying not to use the obvious names. I'm trying to think outside the box here because everybody's pretty much done said all the quarterbacks they got like the top arm talents and stuff. I'll probably put Carson Palmer in there. He can
swing it.
He can hit all night.
He definitely can swing it.
Carson Palmer's problem was he got injured his first playoff game and it took a while for him to recover. And Kimo Van Ollenhoffen took that knee out, and that was it for him. Oh God, Sports 789 threw. I ain't want to throw that one there. That was too obvious. Talking about
Tim Tebow.
I'm gonna switch that list up. I'm gonna put Tim Tebow number one. Gallimai. Only thing good Tim Tebow could do was pray and say he was a virgin. That was the best thing he could have did in the NFL. But yeah, like I said, And a lot of people might not agree with the Chad Pennington thing because, like I said, he didn't really have
No,
the
no,
arm.
no,
And
no.
nobody really watched.
The arm strength, and that's what I'm saying. Like Chad
Yeah.
Pennington, he didn't have the arm strength, but he was a good quarterback because he was able to throw not only with time and accuracy, and that's what I mean by arm talent. Just because like Drew Brees didn't have a big time arm, you know what I'm saying? Like before he got injured, his arm was okay, but it still wasn't a big arm. Like even in his prime, like Drew Brees couldn't throw the deep ball well. He had to have tall receivers to kind of make up for the lack of arm strength that he had. And that's what I mean by like it doesn't necessarily mean just because you can throw the ball with strength and speed, that doesn't mean you have arm like it doesn't mean you have arm talent. And got like I said, people will laugh at Drew Brees, they will laugh at Chad Pennington, but those guys didn't have those big time arms. And I agree with you. Chad Pennington he was definitely a talented quarterback. But again, that shoulder injury that he had kind of forced him. Like if you guys go back and see him in college before he had that shoulder injury, he was a damn good quarterback. And he was kind of forced to kind of change his game or whatnot to be much of a touch guy. But like again, man, just because you can throw the ball hard doesn't mean you're going to be a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Cause that's just like saying all the people that say that arm talent, can you go out there on the field and throw a 40-yard bomb, 50-yard bomb with accuracy?
Mm-hmm.
I know damn well I can't. So hey, I just appreciate you for all of them. And like you said, you also have a 300-pound mother trying to take your head off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, it's a lot more than just throwing that thing deep. Because most wide receivers, unless you got Randy Moss on the outside where that's all he's running is go routes, that throwing deep shit don't mean nothing.
Nah, man. We seen Dante Culpepper throwing the ball to Randy Moss.
Shit, they had Brad Johnson throwing to Randy Moss his first couple years.
Yeah, Gus Farrat and everybody else.
Man. But that's like I said, man. I think people get things when they see somebody with a big time arm. They see somebody who can throw the ball far. It's like, oh, he got an arm. Like he's got arm talent. No, that's not arm talent. Again, man, you got to throw. The reason why I say, like even Pat Mahomes, he's a very good talented quarterback. But I wouldn't necessarily say he's has the greatest arm talent. Those still are some throws. Like go back and look at the Super Bowl. Like he was missing some easy throws. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have the ability to not only make throws, but you got to understand. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for even say Patrick Mahomes doesn't have great he doesn't have great arm talent. It's like of course he has arm talent. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't necessarily put him in the top 5 when it comes down to quarterback arm talents. Like the overall talent himself, I don't think we've ever seen a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. Again, I'm gonna take that back because people have not seen Randall Cunningham play. If you're looking at Patrick Mahomes, you're looking at Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham could do any and everything. The dude was the standard when it came down to mobile quarterbacks. Everybody, you look at, like I said, I promise you, if you go look at Randall Cunningham's his highlights, go back and look at that Minnesota team with Randy Moss. Who was the architect of that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Like, get that man respect. That man was Patrick Mahomes before Patrick Mahomes even got into the league. You got to put respect on that man's name. He never gets the respect that he do. Like he was making those same throws. So I love Patrick Mahomes, but you got to give respect to a lot of these guys. So you guys want to get to this 2-point, man?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, Drew. You want to go ahead and start off, not the 1 point, but the 2 point. Two. Deuce. Dose.
All right, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in as always on this bye week for our Atlanta Falcons. We went into the bye with a 2-game winning streak. But I do want to thank y'all for tuning in as always, commenting, supporting us here at AFN. Definitely hit that subscribe button for everybody on this panel. AFN, we on our way to 1K. Do Talk Sports. Definitely go hit that subscribe button on my channel. I'm gonna have content coming for you guys daily. I'm trying to put out as much quality content. Like we said, here we bring y'all the hard-hitting facts. We don't give y'all just opinions, but we give y'all the facts, the true facts. So my 2-point conversion tonight, I really don't have too much. I'm just kind of glad the way, and I really don't like to get into politics, but I just want to kind of talk about the way that the election turned out, man. I'm happy that Kamala Harris made history, the first woman vice president. Like, look, we're seeing history right in front of our eyes, man. You know, and I usually don't like to get into politics and things of that nature, but I'm just glad that we're seeing change. We're seeing new things happening. And when you see change, it gives everybody hope. It gives everybody hope that we can turn this thing around, man. In the U.S., we all can come together. It changes what people say about the U.S. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, all of the killings that happened earlier this year, and we know about it. We don't even have to get into it, but you know, all of the, you know, police brutality and stuff like that. We seen the NBA in the bubble, and it seemed like everything that was done on the sports side of things, as far as politics and, you know, trying to stand up for right, it seems like it actually made an impact. You know how sometimes you see like the NFL that they have the names on the back of their helmet and they have all of this stuff, in racism, in hate, love all these different, you know, different names and different quotes and stuff like that. We seen a couple years ago Colin Kaepernick take a kneel. You know, now it seems like all of that stuff that was done was worth it. Even with Colin Kaepernick losing his career and stuff like that in the NFL, it seemed like it all was worth it now, years later. You know, one player making a sacrifice, look how much change and look how far we've come. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one knew when he took that kneel that, okay, you know, a lot of us thought, man, that ain't gonna do anything. You know, you still gonna have people that's gonna hate. You still gonna have, but you never know. It only takes one person to make a big change in the world. So, man, all of this stuff that Colin Kaepernick did years ago, all of that stuff have come to the forefront. The WNBA boycotting games, the NBA boycotting games while they were in the bubble, like all of that stuff, man, made a difference. All of these different athletes that have been giving back, even Matt Ryan for the Atlanta Falcons, like him giving back to the community, you know, donating money to the Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. Man, we just got to come together as a people, point blank in the period. It's not about black, white, whatever. We just got to come together, man. And we talked about it. I seen a meme that was talking about, we call ourselves the United States, but we don't even stand united. Like, come on, guys. We gotta do better. We gotta do better as a whole. Like, we gotta come together. We gotta end all of this hate, all this police brutality, all of this racism. Man, we just gotta love one another. Point blank in the period. And that's why we get up here and we entertain you guys. We talk about, you know, football and stuff like that. And we might get on you guys in the chat and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we love you guys, man. We might get on y'all, but we want y'all to keep coming back and giving us crap, because we're going to give it back to y'all, man. When y'all say something in the chat, we're going to get at you guys. But we appreciate you guys continuing to tune in. Like I said, man, I love you guys. I appreciate all you guys who continue to support us here at AFN, because we do it for y'all. We're going to keep pumping out the true facts about our Atlanta Falcons. So you don't have to go to ESPN. You don't have to go to Fox Sports, because you can get it right here. You can get the real, raw, and uncut truth. So we're going to give you the raw and uncut truth. And that's my 2-point conversion.
Well, like I said, just to shoot off the hip what Drew said, like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Like I said, make sure you follow everybody's handles. Also, make sure you check out ATLian Sports Zone at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, followed by Lust Exchange at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I threw a couple of them plugs in there too, you know. But but like I said, I always tell y'all, like I said, I may not have the most stats that bring the most stats as everybody on this panel would do, but only thing I could tell you is from what I see. And if it wasn't for these guys here, I wouldn't even be doing this. Hell, I didn't think I can do this. So, like I said, you just gotta have the balls just to speak your mind on whatever you got. Don't rely on nobody. Like I said, do not rely on anybody else to tell you what you can and cannot do in this world. You gotta follow your own path. And like I said, you gonna have some hurdles, you gonna have some steps that might trip you up. But they say but the best way you get judged is not if you own the horse, is what you do when you fall off the horse. If you get back on it, hey, you already know how it felt to hit the ground, so it can't hurt you any worse. So, like I said, I just appreciate everybody. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for showing me, just bringing me along, helping me become a better person as well. Because this is very therapeutic for me. And like I said, I just tell all the fans, like I said, y'all talk y'all shit. Hey, we talk our shit. But at the end of the day, we all one nation. It's not just the 6 of us. It's everybody that tunes into these shows and everybody that subscribes. Hey,
damn right.
Mike at 4,500. Like I said, make sure you boost him up. Jew trying to get to that 1,000.
46. No, you're not going to 46. Okay. Get it right. 46. Okay.
All right, motherfucker, we got you. 46.
46. I want my extra 100. All right.
All right, we're gonna give you 40. His next goal is 47 right now. That's the next goal. Right. Get that 50,000. Okay. Yeah. Right. And I'm just trying to get to subscriber number 3. Hey, but for real though, like I said, we just appreciate everybody. Just make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button because we all got stuff coming for your ass. And make sure you check me out at Just KStlyz. I just put some up here, just a little quick one, and y'all might get a laugh out of that. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this. I think one thing I want to kind of encourage everybody to do, man, is like stop thinking about what is impossible, man. I don't think there's a such thing as anything that's impossible. Anything that you put your mind to, you know what I'm saying? Like you can achieve it. You know that damn song by that damn pervert. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Do it. I believe I can fly. Man, please don't get me started. Let's bring it back. Let's bring back choir memories. They used to make us sing that song all day for a whole month.
Hey man, but that's it, man. A lot of people like always told what can't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like people have little basic ass things they want to do. Oh, I want to get 100 subscribers. I just want to pay my rent today. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I just want to have my first apartment. Like, man, y'all got to stop thinking so fucking small. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out here and really dream, man. Write that shit down. Like, like truly write out your plan, what you want, what you're trying to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Like, write all that shit down, man. Like, people told me from the very beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like, my teachers told me I will never be shit, but here I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm doing this. I didn't think I can be doing this. I'm not. That's not even my personality to be out here. Talking to people as much as I do. You know what I'm saying? That's not really my personality. But I took a chance on something, that I really didn't want to do, but here I am right now, talking to you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Talking to you guys. So like everybody got to dream bigger than what they doing, man. Don't just think about I want to pay my rent, I want to feed my kids and that type of shit. Look, man. Look, if y'all motherfuckers want to get a meal, you got to think like a millionaire and stop thinking small. You know what I'm saying? Think big, do big things, and work your ass off. All right? Work your ass off because it don't stop. I eat, sleep, and dream this shit right here. So keep it up, man. I'll say this too. You guys go ahead over Atlanta Falcons Nation, man. Trying to get to 1,000 there. This is gonna be the second channel for us. All right, the second channel for us to be at 1,000. Jew's about to hit 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's really, like doing things that they never thought. Like Jew would tell you himself, like he didn't think he can be Jew. This not even his personality to be talking in front of people and shit like that. Like, like you never thought you'd be doing something like this. So never thought I'd be talking, having interviews with Jamal Anderson, Chris Drab, Chuck Smith. Like these guys I grew up watching on TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm interviewing these guys now. So like stop thinking small, man. Y'all gotta think bigger than what y'all do. With that being said, y'all ain't got to go, but you got to get the hell up out of here. All right. So with that being said, if anybody ain't got anything else to say, man, we gonna close it. We gonna end it. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got a game. So I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. What you guys gonna do, man?
Hey man, I'm scouting this weekend. This weekend we got to scout. We got to scout the opponents. We got I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they playing the Panthers or something like that. So I think I'm gonna check that game out. I think they play at 1. And I don't know who the Saints playing, but we got to scout the teams we playing. Hopefully they catch an L before they see us. But if not, they're gonna catch an L when they see us. So hopefully we can just get healthy. I heard good news. Marlon Davidson coming back from what Raheem Morris was talking about. Hopefully we can kick John Cominsky out to the defensive end, let him do his thing like I was talking about. Y'all go check my video out. I just dropped a video today talking about Tap McKinley hit the road jack like Ray Charles. And
come back,
and I also talked about
no more.
You got it.
Come back no more.
And then I talked about the update on Marlon Davidson getting ready to come back. They say he was battling a knee injury, but he's on his way back. So, hey, look, man, the last 7 to 8 games, we got a chance. Look, I heard something today. I don't know if you guys heard it, but breaking news. Since y'all here with us, I'm gonna go ahead and break the news. I seen earlier they're talking about possibly voting on another playoff team this year. So I don't know what that's all about, but they're talking about an 8th team. So sneak peek, that might be a video that one of us drops here at AFN. So y'all keep y'all ears to the street. But I'm hearing that they might even add another wild card team because of coronavirus and all this stuff, and they trying to even out the playing field. So you never know. 8-8 might get you in the playoffs. So hey, that is give us more of a shot. You never know.
More of a shot for us, more money in their pockets.
You got that right.
That's what they want.
They want more money.
That's exactly what they want.
They like the fans ain't showing up. This salary cap might go down. Shit, we finna take advantage of this. Cause boy, if that salary cap go down to 175 million like they think it's gonna be, it's gonna be a whole bunch of replacement teams going on up here.
The Saints gonna be it. They're gonna have to move to San Antonio.
Man.
Shit, with them being that 225 million over the damn cap, boy, they gonna have to cut the whole. They gonna have 20 players on their squad.
They're gonna have to make Taysom Hill the star quarterback. We know we don't want to see that.
you pay your backup quarterback $20 million. Shit, you better make him a starting quarterback.
They're gonna have to, dog.
But yeah, just like y'all said, like I said, this ain't nothing. Like I'm not really a talkative person myself. Y'all can't damn tell. This is not me at all. This is a whole. I usually don't like talking to people. I'll be honest with you. Before I did this, I don't really talk to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Brazil, I ain't hopping on no Madden. I ain't getting my head whooped by nobody in Madden.
Hey, tell them that's Terror Artist 404. Y'all go hop on Tonio page.
You said that to Terror Artist 404. That's what he do.
Mm-hmm.
I sit here and talk shit. I sit here and talk shit.
Go hit up the Terror Artist 404. Subscribe to him. Hit him a message. You guys can check me out even in our Discord, Atlanta Falcons Nation, Mad Mike Sports Discord, man, and come chat with us. All right, so man, I think that's it, guys. Like I said, go check out Terror Artist, Jeff KStlyz, Jew Talk Sports, man, Let's Exchange. Yeah, man, just hit everybody up. All right, we'll be glad and happy to chat with you guys. So with that being said, man, we're gonna get up out of here and go get something to eat, chill out, and do our thing. All right. So I appreciate it, you guys. That's it. Peace.
Deuces. Do